Last year, pro-life groups came out and said that a flavoring division of PepsiCo was using aborted fetal tissue for the flavoring in Pepsi products. And I went and researched it, and there was evidence it was true. Now Pepsi has gone in federal court, and I have the article here in my stack, and I went and read the ruling last night. This came out like a week ago. I just learned of it last night. Because people on the message board at InfoWars on the stories will say, hey, check this out. And I sat there and read the ruling, and they said, yeah, we are using fetal tissue, but we don't want our shareholders to have access to what we're putting in the drinks. And because they got, pro-life, but also just sane people on their board. Not on their board, but as stockholders. And so the Obama administration ruled in an amicus brief to the federal court that this is just business practices. Standard business and flavorings are a secret. Now, Coke is cocaine. It's decocainated cocaine. People are like, really? Yeah, that's why it's called Coke. Go look it up. It's a fact. And PepsiCo goes along those lines and uses the denatured cocaine flavor. But I thought I would start here today where I begun last week when John Rappaport was on the nightly news show, bringing this up because he'd been writing about something that's now been picked up by the mainstream, that all these bioethicist journals that are the prestigious groups that sit over the hospital boards are saying, yeah, we're going to kill even healthy babies. Forget the debate about killing babies that have problems. Pretty soon, oh, you're blind. Oh, you have hearing problems. You're dead. Oh, your genetics show you're aggressive. We say that's a handicap. You're dead. They say kill babies up to 3 that are healthy. And there's a new article out, bioethicist professor drugged the population to accepting green world order with chemicals in the food and water. That's already going on. See, we're in this nightmare scenario, so I wanted to raise that with him, that even when I can't believe something's real, that they're using baby fetuses for flavoring, I knew they were using them for women's cosmetics. I knew that it was in a lot of the vaccines, but I mean, it's in the Pepsi. John Rappaport of NoMoreFakeNews.com. I mean, the dehumanization is just incredible, John.
Hey, Alex, it goes across the board. I mean, you can start with genetically modified food. You can start anywhere in the food chain. But this piece in the Journal of Medical Ethics was basically a recommendation that said anything that can be aborted before birth can be killed after birth for the same reasons or no reasons, without it being a crime or even something you have to blink at, because this is not a real person yet. This was the hypothesis offered by a couple of insane ethicists, mind you, because you see, a person is only a person when they can envision goals and they want to go after them and achieve them. But up until that age, whenever that occurs, they're really not a person. So the parents, the state, anybody could just decide to kill them, and it would be okay. It wouldn't be a crime. And so this was reported with a straight face. I mean, I read some of the comment sections, people saying, no, this couldn't be real. I mean, this is some kind of a joke. It's not even April 1st yet. But no, this is the academic world, cooperating with intelligence agencies, governments, and so forth, with the program of trying to convince people, okay, we can do anything we want to you, and we don't have to call it a crime. It doesn't matter. You're under our umbrella, and we control the situation. And people don't respond to this. They just read it, and they pass on to something else. But this is happening. This is like saying, we've got a guy over in Princeton University, Lee Silver, who said for a long time now, well, what we really need to do is, and this is going to happen, we're going to genetically engineer the human race. And people who can afford to buy the good genes they'll buy them in the free market. And those that can't will be completely separate and living separate from the enhanced part of the population. Well, this is mainstream academia. We're not talking about people hiding in bunkers somewhere, cooking up bizarre scenarios.
This is not Island of Dr. Moreau. This is what they really are doing. And I think you hit the nail completely on the head when you pointed out. This was reported like they were talking about the price of squash or something at the local grocery store, and people were in the London Telegraph article, the InfoWars article, and others saying this can't be real, this is a joke, because the globalists are moving the Overton window. They're getting everybody ready now, where they go, yeah, there's world government. Yeah, we're putting stuff in your water. Yeah, we're going to kill babies. Bill Gates is like, yeah, we're going to kill grandma. I mean, it's like, why do you think they're coming out in the open right now?
Because they think that people are so depleted, brainwashed, weak, hypnotized, that there won't be any reaction to it. I mean, this is all an intelligence agency type operation, propaganda operation that's been going on in the press for decades now. You tell one story wilder than another. It doesn't matter what it is. Man born with 6 heads, 3 donkeys seen falling out of the sky in Russia. And after a while, people become so inured to all of this, they just don't respond. And so then you come out with a story saying, well, 2 ethicists recommend killing babies, and it's not a crime, and everybody nods their heads because they've been conditioned to accept this incredibly bizarre world of information that we live in, and so the powers that be have now assumed, okay, population is sunk. They have no power left. They don't know what they're doing. They're in a trance. We can come out in the open and say whatever we want.
Exactly. I don't know if you heard my first hour, but I was driving to work today with people with their smartphones up to their faces, wrecking and crashing and smashing. It was like a zombie movie. We'll be right back.